A mother who is a highly powerful political figure is now in the spotlight for very disturbing outbursts caught on camera by her daughter, who posted them onto TikTok. Videos of her screaming and using manipulative language against her daughter have surfaced, leaving many viewers feeling bits of concern and frustration. This woman is now under investigation over a topless photo of her teenage daughter being posted onto her social media. The teenager resorting to Morse code in the comment sections of her TikTok in a final cry for help. Today we will be diving into the horrific story of Claudia Conway and her unhinged mother, Kellyanne. I've decided that I'm going to attempt bulk filming my videos for certain topics that I have throughout the week, so that way I can make use of being in focus in my camera without having a viewfinder or anything to indicate what I look like until I go back and check the footage. So if you see me dressed in the same outfit, or if you see that I'm not wearing a hat for 3 videos in a row, that's why. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. You're already here. I'm sure you watched a few videos of mine, and if you haven't, go check some out. Make sure you also hit that notification bell so you're notified of every upload that I make. Today's topic is going to get, kind of dark, because today we're going to be talking about Claudia Conway. Some of this kind of hits home. If you've been in a family relationship where you're screamed at and where you're, physically and or mentally, this might be a bit hard to watch. There is nothing like the bond between a mother and a daughter. Mothers have uncontrollable love for their children and in most cases would do anything they can to protect them.
Love no one but your children. On that front, a mother has no choice.
Except for the mothers who don't. Meet Kellyanne Conway. According to Google, Kellyanne Conway is an American political consultant who served as a senior counselor to the president in administration to Donald Trump. Kellyanne Conway's daughter, Claudia Conway, is currently at the age of 16 and is a popular TikTok star with over 1.6 million followers. Back in August, Claudia made several public statements about wanting to be emancipated from her parents, which caused a tear in her mother's reputation being a prestigious public figure working with the former president of the United States. Claudia took to TikTok and Twitter to share her opinions about her mother working for Trump and her political views, which ultimately ended up on news outlets such as CNN and Fox News to be criticized, mostly due to the fact that her mother is such a well-known political figure. This led Claudia to making this statement in one of her videos.
And before the media posts this, like the Daily Mail, the New York Times, whatever, because I know they will, it's just what I'm used to. That was not in any way to bring down my mom, or, they like to call me a rebellious teenager, whatever, who's making up, but I'm not, okay, I'm not making up anything. I'm just telling my side of the story, I'm showing what I have, and I'm not trying to cause anything. I just think it was important to make that public. So the Daily Mail, whoever, the media, if you are going to write about this, I would come to me first, and I can give you on record insight, because I don't really feel like getting death threats this week.
Mainstream media has gotten their hands on this and have covered it and just twisted things into making her seem like, oh, she's a troubled teen and, she's just looking for attention, which I think is really gross. I don't think any child would want to be put in this situation for some clout. I don't think that any child would want to feel this way or be screamed at and yelled at. The media is picking at this girl who's already in a vulnerable state, who's already going through a lot at home. So now when she goes online, her only escape, she's seeing so many people say that she wants attention, giving her death threats, calling her all of these terrible names, and it's just, I can't imagine what that must feel like. Still, after seeing this post, I did not want to cover this topic out of respect for Claudia. That was until things started becoming more disturbing. You see, this quickly drifted from political arguments to something much more concerning. Videos of Kellyanne screaming at Claudia were posted by Claudia on her TikTok page, immediately going viral and causing a lot of chaos.
You. I told you that.
The only place that'll take you, that you weren't going to post about your family anymore.
You just lie to everyone and everybody sees it. Everyone sees it. Grateful bitch. And since you're lucky your mom's pro-life. You! I thought it was over! It's over! I thought we had who's following you. Freaking all over the sheets that I cleaned.
Can you stop?
No, you don't ignore me. Asshole. From the doctor's hypo. What do you want to know?
Hypo?
Hyper. No, I said hyper. Get my mom claims!
Can you please, Mom?
No, you claim! I want you out of here!
I know my words and everything's gonna be twisted by the media, but I just want to put it out there. I'm not looking to hate on my mom. I just think that it's important to tell my side of the story and my experience.
So you can see in these clips that her mother gets extraordinarily aggressive and angry. This isn't just a regular family argument that most people, I assume, would have. This gets really, really aggressive and really, really abusive, for lack of a better term. And it was also, ultimately, until I saw this. Underneath one of Claudia's now deleted videos, viewers quickly screen capped Claudia's comments, 4 of which providing Morse code. The code was quickly cracked by some intelligent followers, clearly indicating a massive cry for help. Please get people to talk about this. I'm okay, but scared AF. Spread awareness, please. Report anything you see of me. Please spread awareness about this since I can't. At this point, one of the big issues happens to be that Claudia mentioned how many times the police have been contacted to respond to her claims of abuse, either by herself or concerned viewers trying to do whatever they can to help. But according to Claudia herself, cases are constantly dismissed because of the level of privilege and political power that her mother has.
In terms of what can be done, there's nothing that can really be done. I've tried everything. My parents are too powerful and nothing happens. But I'm probably going to get into a lot of trouble for this. But I just want everyone in the world watching this to know that I'm not lying. I'm not looking for attention. I'm not looking for anything. I just, I'm in a situation that's really physically, mentally, and emotionally abusive. And I think that it's important that everybody sees that. But there really isn't anything I can do, so I just, thought I should put it out there.
She wants to be believed. She wants somebody to listen to her and to take this seriously, because it clearly shows that nobody in her life has taken this situation seriously. She's had police to her house. She mentioned her family, friends. Like, why does nobody in her personal life take what she's doing seriously? Why is nothing being done about this? It's scary.
I know that all my mom's friends and my family is gonna say that I'm lying, looking for attention, but I'm not. I have proof. That's my story.
And she also adds in that if she disappears from social media, it's against her will. This is sad.
I saw this comment in another video, but this was just on the recent one. I will not leave social media on my own accord. And if I stop posting or whatever, not me.
One thing that I notice that I haven't heard too many people really talk about is not just her screaming at the daughter, not just the way she's screaming at her, but the little things she says in between that just are meant to pick and pry at her in a very manipulative and emotional type of way. Like this clip where she says, "If only you knew what people thought about you."
If you only knew what people thought of you. You don't know. Because they know you got other problems.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? What are you supposed to, what message are you trying to give your daughter? Are you trying to put it in her head that everybody hates her? Are you trying to, break her down and, make her feel insecure more so than she already has? And that type of stuff will absolutely have a mental effect on you if it's done to you enough. The good news is, however, that her mother is now actively being investigated. I mean, I guess that's good news. It brings hope to many people, at least. The bad news is that this is due to a topless photo of Claudia being posted on the Kellyanne's public Twitter account. And just to remind you, Claudia is 16, so that absolutely counts as CP, but Kellyanne insists that she was hacked and didn't post this herself. To claim that this was an issue of being hacked would be to also claim that this was posted with malicious intent by whoever the hacker was, meaning that somebody did this on purpose, intentionally, hence the meaning of intent. I dive so deeply into this word because of a FaceTime call with TehMimi of all people, where there was one clip that specifically stuck out to me.
Because you're scared of your reputation.
And I posted
You tell me you want creepy, and then
You posted. That's a fact.
that's simple.
Mom, that's not even like, it's not even up for negotiation. Like, it's not even up for discussion. You posted. You might have been hacked. It might have been an accident. You might have done it on purpose. Regardless of the circumstance, you posted.
Claudia has a video of the mom basically admitting that it happened though.
That you had possession of.
And where is it?
You deleted it off your phone. It was my picture of me.
They've already worried about that. I'm not living this way anymore, guys. She's on TikTok tonight telling me I will be arrested. I should be arrested.
You posted a nude photo of
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not. Nobody intentionally posted anything of you. There is no nude photo of you. You just lied to the officers that, quote, millions of people saw you, and Carmelo himself told you.
No, that was the one tweet, Mom.
No.
That since then it's been sent around.
No, it's not sent around. You're wrong. It is nowhere. They don't see it.
Nobody intentionally posted a nude photo of you.
You posted a nude photo of
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not. Nobody intentionally posted anything of you. There is no nude photo of you.
What makes Kellyanne so sure that nobody intentionally posted a nude photo of Claudia onto her apparently hacked Twitter account if a hacker hacks with the intention to do destructive and malicious things? That makes absolutely zero sense to me that somebody who is so confident in saying that they were hacked would make such a claim that nobody intentionally posted this. Claudia herself even states that she believes her mother could have posted these accidentally, and that she also insists that nobody else would have had this picture.
The pictures were months ago, and I'm assuming that when my mom took my phone, anytime she's taken it, because she takes it all the time, she took a picture of that. So that was on her phone. And I guess she accidentally posted it or somebody hacked her, but nobody would ever have any photo like that, ever.
There are also other things that do not add up in my personal opinion, such as the fact that this image posted of Claudia was not just a straight picture or screenshot. This picture was taken off of Claudia's phone with another phone. And as we heard, Claudia stated that her mother does this to several of her photos and messages when she takes her phone away from her. And in this clip, we can hear Claudia say, even if you were hacked or you posted it yourself, the image is still on your phone. The image is in your possession. You can hear Kellyanne dismissing this and denying it, but if this is actually true, she could still get into a lot of trouble. She doesn't have to post this publicly for it to be considered possession of CP, which is a federal crime. For me personally, with the facts that we currently have, it doesn't add up at all. Speaking of the FaceTime call with Tana, another thing I really don't like is the way that Kellyanne calls Claudia an addict for being a teenager on her cell phone.
I said it sleep hours ago, and you were mine on your phone. Because you're an addict. You're a phone addict. They see it. Now they see it.
Mom, you can't like compare addiction to being a teenager being on a phone.
Addict. She's on her phone. Just take her away. She's an addict.
She knows I'm live, that's good.
Listen, if you look,
I'm an addict to what? You can't compare this to alcoholism or being.
Imagine abusing your daughter and them using their phone for help, and then you're like, oh, you're an addict.
Comparing your 16-year-old daughter to an alcoholic or drug addict for using their cell phone as a means of an escape from you is one of the most appalling and deranged things I think I've ever heard. And as we can see, this isn't even the worst of what she says. In this clip, Kellyanne basically calls Claudia unstable because Claudia has been hospitalized over anxiety 3 times.
hey, Claudia, I'm putting you in an ambulance because you've already been hospitalized 3 times
Because of my PTSD.
No, that wasn't why.
Yes, you're literally berating my mental health.
The doctor's hypo. What do you want to know?
Hypo?
No, I said hyper.
No, you're degrading my mental health.
Hey,
You're using it as an excuse.
Excuse me. I wasn't the doctor's.
You act like I'm mentally ill.
I wasn't the doctors who hospitalized you and kept you there.
Yes, because I had panic attacks.
So that's to do with my reputation. That's I was in psychiatric unit 3 different times this year.
Guess who else has also been hospitalized exactly 3 times for anxiety and panic attacks? That's right, it's me. So I can personally say that this does not make you some type of a threat. Having anxiety and panic attacks does not mean that you have some uncontrollable behavioral issues. It just means that you have panic attacks and anxiety. This point in the video makes me so angry because I have also been in a similar situation where I have had a person try and weaponize my anxiety and panic attacks against me in a way to make me look bad, and it is the actual definition of gaslighting. Don't do this. If you know somebody with anxiety, do not use that as a way to belittle them. That is awful. Literally anybody could have a panic attack and go to the hospital for it. That has nothing to do with the fact that there are several video clips shown of you, Kellyanne, verbally abusing your daughter with evidence pointing to your own 16-year-old daughter's nude photographs being posted onto your Twitter account, saying that my daughter's mental illness is damaging my reputation. And if you truly believe that, if you care more about your reputation than the well-being of your daughter, then you shouldn't be a parent. And that goes for anybody out there who might believe the same. Since this incident has occurred, Claudia's most recent TikToks on the situation have been removed, and she's posted this before taking a break from social media.
Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and address the situation. This isn't forced, this is coming completely from me, Claudia. I have faith and I know that my mother would never put something like that on the internet, as well as me. We would never do that. My mom and I, we fight like mothers and daughters, but we also love like mothers and daughters, and I do love her. I will be taking a break from social media because we are really tired of being headlines, and we fight like mothers and daughters, but being in the public eye exacerbates that greatly, and it adds a lot of stress to both of our lives, and I don't want that. Before you guys say this is forced, this isn't forced. This isn't forced, and we all do things and say things that we don't mean in the heat of the moment and out of frustration and fear and anxiety, and I'm sorry, it was not mature of me, and we are going to work on our relationship offline. Please stop calling authorities because it only hurts us more than it helps us. Making threats and whatnot is really putting my safety at risk and putting me in danger. And I get that you are trying to help me, but it is by putting my family in danger, you're putting me in danger. So please stop with that. We're gonna handle this privately, and I will never ever be speaking about this publicly.
Considering what she said earlier in this clip,
I saw this comment in another video, but this was just on the recent one. I will not leave social media on my own accord, and if I stop posting or whatever, not me.
and again, the Morse code we have mentioned earlier in this video, telling followers to report anything they see of her. I am personally very concerned about the situation.
Guys, just a reminder that what Kellyanne Conway did the other day was super illegal. And I'm not saying anything too juicy, but knowing my friend Claudia, that TikTok that she posted didn't really seem much like her.
Kellyanne, I also sat on the phone with your daughter for hours and literally heard you call her and every single name in the book and tell her all you cared about was just clearing the scandal from your name. Hey, Kellyanne, your daughter Claudia is a sweet girl, but I'm not. And I'm not gonna stop until you're behind bars.
At one point in this FaceTime video, Kellyanne even threatened to send Claudia to a psych ward. Claudia herself continues to mention how scared she is of her mother. So we may never know for sure if Claudia is being honest here or if she was forced to post this due to things escalating so high. With all things considered, the only thing we can really do at this moment in time is to try and spread awareness about the situation, not just for Claudia, but for anybody else that could be going through something similar, as many children unfortunately are dismissed and not believed when they speak up about being abused. Nobody deserves to be talked in the way that she was talked to. And I understand that families can get dysfunctional and arguments could take place, but nobody deserves to be screamed in the way that she was, to be talked to in the way that she was, especially somebody of her age. And the fact that this was recorded on camera for the world to see and people still aren't accepting it just says a lot about how we hold people in power above everybody else. I'm sorry that this topic was so dark, and I'm sorry that there's not much of a positive outcome, at least thus far. I will keep you guys updated if anything dramatic changes for better or worse. Thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video, and thank you so very much to the support from my Patreons, especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, and Michelle. You guys are amazing, and your support means so very much to me. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you later.